and gentlemen, boys and girls, I'm back with the truth, man, yet again. Listen, Nature Boy. I've never stood for his ways and the things that he believed in, okay? I want to make that clear straight from the beginning. I can't say that I hate the man personally because I don't know him personally. I only know him from videos, interviews, hearsay, and a lot of different talk back and forth. But as far as what he stood on, if you want to call it a religion, a code, whatever, I didn't believe in that. But I respect that whatever a person believes, that's what they believe. I'm not going to try to draw you away from what you believe in, just as I don't want you to try to draw me away from what I believe in. Now, I think that everybody should feel like this, but they don't. A lot of people want to see this man go down. Now, I'm like this right here, man. Everybody deserves a fair trial. No matter what you did, no matter what you are accused of, everybody deserves a fair trial. That trial was not fair. Everything that he tried to do, the judge was trying to redirect it as, oh, all you're trying to do is get a mistrial. They lied on this man so many times. Man, I'm telling you, man. I mean, it was right there in front of us. It was so evident, man. You know, when he was doing the interview on Instagram, I guess, I heard bits and pieces of it. I heard enough of it, though, that I know that this man never said that he was going to try to do everything he can do to have a hung jury or to have a mistrial. Then on Court TV and a lot of other news broadcasts, they were saying that this man was on a cell phone. And then they went into this torrent of, oh, how did they get cell phones and jails and prisons and this and that. He wasn't on a cell phone. He was on just the regular phone provided for every inmate to call who they need to call. Okay? And they have an allowed time. That's why, if you notice, he kept saying, I'll call right back, because you have an allotted time to be on the phone. You can't be on the phone all day. It cuts off after a while, and then you have to call back if you can. Now, if there's somebody waiting to be on the phone, guess what? You can't call right back because there's other inmates in there. And if they want to use the phone, then guess what? Then you have to allow them to use the phone, because everybody has a right to use the phone. So that right there proved that he didn't have a fucking cell phone, man. And they just straight up lied on this guy, man. Like I said, a fair trial is a fair trial, man. I don't care what he was accused of or if he actually did or if he didn't. But I'm starting to believe that he didn't. Because, you know, the evidence that they had just didn't add up, man. As a matter of fact, they didn't have no evidence at all. They just had the word of that female. And she was so angry at him. I think she was mainly angry at him because he was with other women. And I think also she was angry at him because he made her fight, and he made other girls fight her. She could have left at any time. Remember when her parents, especially her father, I'm not sure if her mother showed up or what, because, you know, I was really focusing on her father, you know. I remember when he showed up overseas to have a conversation with, he actually wanted to take her back home. She refused. She could have left right then. She had the help of her father. Do you actually think that her father would have let Nature Boy try and stop his own daughter from going back with him? She started crying because she didn't want to leave. They wouldn't introduce that evidence and other evidence on behalf of Nature Boy. They wouldn't do it. Come on, man. That's not a fair trial. You can't do that. Everything that lawyer tried to present, they shot it down. Because their whole goal was, we want to take this nigga down by any means necessary. We want to take him down. Man, that was the fastest trial I ever seen, man. I'm starting to think that the judge influenced the jury. She already knew they was going to come back with all guilty verdicts on every charge. That's why she was so happy. She was delighted. Watch the video. Watch the video before she was handed that not guilty or guilty verdict on that piece of paper. She was already happy. I already knew they was going to find this man guilty, man. Even before that, I knew that they was going to find this man guilty. He asked, could he fire his lawyer and hire another lawyer? I don't care where you at in the trial, middle of the trial, beginning of the trial. To my understanding, man, they should allow you to have another lawyer. I don't get that, man. Listen, just because you a judge don't mean, or a DA, don't mean that you could just take the law in your own hands and reshape it like you want to fit how you feel. She went by emotions. I thought justice was blind, man. Justice ain't blind. We all know that, man. It's happened so much to black people that it's become normal. We don't even expect a fair trial. That's why a lot of black people, especially black men, guess what they do? They plea bargain. They plea bargain. You know why they plea bargain? Because they know, listen, I'm not going to get a fair trial. And the reason is, most of the time, that DA has a talk with them personally, letting them know, if you don't take this plea, we're going to gas you up. I know what I'm talking about. I've heard a DA say that very thing to a black man in court, on the side, in court. Because you know why I heard it? Because I was there for a traffic violation. And I just happened to be sitting on the side to where that DA pulled this gentleman on the side, and I could hear them loud and clear. The first thing he said when he wanted that guy to approach him, because he didn't have a lawyer, he said, listen, you can either take this plea bargain, or I guarantee you, I'm going to make sure that we give you the max. I mean, when the DA is telling you that, man, what can you do? Nature Boy should have took that plea bargain. And like you said, he would have done 2 years, and he wouldn't have had to sign up for the sex registry. Now, I don't know how true that is. I'm just going by what he said. That was a lot better deal than what they gonna give him, because I'm telling you, they gonna throw the book at him. He's guilty on all charges, man. He'll never see the light of day. Of course, he'll try an appeal, and I guarantee you they're gonna deny the appeal. He's gonna have to go all the way to the Supreme Court, and I don't see how they won't grant him an appeal, because there's so many different things that they done that was illegal, that was not justice, and they know it, man. That judge was going by emotion. First of all, coming up, being diagnosed with COVID-19, testing positive with COVID-19, she should have removed herself. You put a lot of people in jeopardy. It ain't no telling how many people actually caught COVID-19. Wearing a mask does not stop COVID-19. I don't know why people think that little thin ass mask covering your nose and mouth just stops COVID-19. It doesn't. She wanted to make sure that she had all guilty verdicts on every charge. That's why she was going to make sure she was going to be there no matter what. She's going to regret it because the Supreme Court, I can guarantee you, when it reaches that, they going to grant that appeal. Second thing, you know that he didn't rape that girl, man. How many of us have watched videos of Nature Boy and his crew, especially that girl, and how she acted toward him and how he acted toward her, and also the rest of them? You got to stop that stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and just ignore that phone, man. You know, I get a lot of calls, man, and 90% of the calls are scammers. These people are relentless. And see, that's another thing too. I found out that the government is getting kickbacks on all the scamming money that they receive in India. And also India's government, they get a lot of money also too. I found this out, man. I've been doing the research. That's why they won't stop these scammers. They can stop them. No matter what they say, oh, we can't do nothing about it because they in India. Yes, they can. All they have to do is contact the government over there and do one simple thing. Say, listen, if you don't get rid of these scammers within 48 hours, that's how long we're going to give you. We're going to stop all imports and exports. And I can guarantee you within 48 hours, nobody will be getting no calls ever again. I can guarantee you that. I can guarantee you that. I don't know about emails and everything, but phone calls at least, that won't happen. And if they wanted to, they could include emails too. But they getting kickbacks, man. It's a lot of sneaky shit going on behind closed doors that people don't even realize, man. But then again, I keep saying this, people will believe everything but the truth. They'll believe some of the most ridiculous things that you ever heard of, man, that even a child wouldn't believe. But these Looney Tunes, these crazy ass motherfuckers, they will believe it. But present the truth to them and see what happens. Shit. They'll call that a conspiracy. They'll call that, oh, that ain't the truth right there. I don't see how people can believe that. Nature Boy got railroaded, man. He really did. And I'm not saying, listen, I don't agree with anything that he stands on, you know, religion and the way that, you know, he did, you know, treat his crew. He shouldn't have had them hitting each other. And if anything, I can understand them finding him guilty on uploading, you know, him having sex with that girl and maybe other girls too. Find him guilty on that. Okay, that's evident right there. Okay, but rape, come on, man, stop that shit, man. How many times have they had sex? How many times have she had sex with him and other women? But all of a sudden, this one time, oh, please don't rape me. You're raping me right now. Come on, man. She never said that. She never said that. I didn't have to be there. I mean, that's just common sense. And like I said before, plenty of times she could have left. And guess what? She didn't leave because she didn't want to leave. That's why. Now, we can argue back and forth and, oh, you don't know, and she felt pressured and all that. Listen, man, nobody told her to bring her dumb ass over there in the first place, but she did. And she already knew what it was before she arrived. See, this is what I'm talking about, man. You know, see, they get mad at some other shit that they won't even mention. Some old damn bogus ass shit. Some old damn just damn trifling ass shit that don't mean nothing. They'll, in place of telling the truth, they'll tell a lie and then mess up somebody's whole damn life, man. You got a kid by this dude, bruh. And you gonna lie and say that this guy raped you and he wouldn't let you leave? Huh, he raped me and wouldn't let me leave. So how did you end up leaving then? All of a sudden he had to change your heart and say, okay, you can go. I already raped you, so, yeah, you can go. After all the times that they had sex, but this one time she was raped. She never said any other time that he raped her. Every other time was consensual, but this particular time was rape. Come on, man. How did the jury buy this? I'll tell you how the jury bought it. Because the judge had a conversation with the jury, said, listen, I need a favor. I want this guy convicted. I'm emotional that he's been talking shit to me and he's been, I don't want that. I'm emotional because he said I had COVID-19 and I wouldn't remove myself. I want him convicted. I wouldn't put it past them, man. Listen, white people have been doing this to us since the beginning of them even knowing who we were before we was even born. You understand what I'm saying? Being treated unfairly, turned us into slaves, making us work for no money, beating us, raping us. Ain't that some shit? Now they trying to judge us for rape. Now they trying to judge us for murder, for kidnapping, and they done all that shit all these years. And I'm not talking about just in slavery time. Man, all the way up to the 60s and the 70s. And it's really still going on today, but really it was very evident back then, okay? They never convicted any of those people. None of those people. How many of us have they killed, man? And they let the white man and the white women go free. How many white women have accused blacks of raping them? And then 15 to 20 years later, after their whole life is gone, here come technology of DNA and it exonerates them. And they don't even apologize. And they really don't want to give you any money. And the money that they do give you, guess what? It's coming from the taxpayers. It's not coming from their pockets. They don't give a damn. They just want to make sure that you don't get too much money. Because they don't want you to be able to live off of it for the rest of your life. So they'll give you like $1 or $2 million. See, in today's time, $1 or $2 million ain't nothing, man. It's nothing. If you ain't really smart about the money, budgeting and investing, that money's not going to last you a lifetime. I can guarantee you. You got to have at least 15 to 20 million. 15 to 20 million. And then you really got the budget and you can't just go all out. You can't buy a fucking mansion and have damn $1 million parties and this and that. No, you can't do that. You got to live modest like you're living now. And it will last you. But $1 or $2 million? No. Nope. It won't, man. Taxes gonna eat you up. Property taxes gonna eat you up. Everything that you do, I mean, it's like they snatching money from you. They tax us several different times, man, when we should only be taxed one time. They take money out of our paychecks, number one. Number two, property tax. Number three, they tax us when we buy something. And most times, if you have a house, guess what? They charge you city tax and county tax, depending on where you live at. Come on, man. The whole concept is flawed. So you mean to tell me they didn't help me buy this car? They didn't help me buy this house. But because I bought it, I sweated and slaved to get this property. They didn't give you a quarter on it. You didn't put nothing down on it. You didn't help me with the payments. But yet they can tax you and say, okay, give us so much money every year because you own that car, because you own that property. And if you don't, we're going to find you in default. You might go to jail. Or we might garnish your wages. But hey, one way or the other, we're going to get that money. Man, these are straight up gangsters, man. They worse than gangsters. But these same people will lock up and have locked up others for trying to do the same thing. The mob, for instance, they were trying to tax people in their communities and in their neighborhoods, for protection money. Everybody knows the story, I mean, that's how they, got their money. They locked these people up for that. and call it extortion. But they won't call it extortion when they do it. Man, get out of here, man. But see, we allow this to happen because we won't come together as a collective unit and say enough is enough. We outnumber them, man. But it's got to be unity. That's why they invest so much money to keep us apart. That's why they pay everybody different wages. To keep us apart, to keep us jealous. So that we stay apart. That's their whole goal because they know we outnumber them. So they put millions of dollars out there. Listen, make sure that they don't unite together. You start organizing a group and you all on one accord, they're going to take you down, man. If it gets large enough to where they get wind of it, they are going to take you down. No matter if you're breaking the law, no matter if you're disturbing the peace. Listen, not doing anything at all, they're going to take you down. They're going to take you down. They're going to take you down. Every group, every organization that tried to unite together and they were focusing on the government and how damn dirty they was, they took them down. They killed a lot of them. And a lot of them is still doing time right now. Been locked up already for 20 and 30 years already. They'll never see the light of day. Just for organizing. Because they know that we outnumber them. And they know that that's our greatest weapon. So that's what they attack. And we don't even realize it, man. Whites and blacks should be together. But yet they created something called racism to keep us apart. And it's elementary because they hate us. Or one hates the other simply because of their skin color. They can't call out a legitimate reason other than, which is not even legitimate from the start, but other than your skin color. He's white, so I hate him simply because he's white. He's black, I hate him simply because he's black. Or Chinese or this or that. It doesn't make sense. But yet people, they fell for it, man. Hook, line, and sinker. They fell for it and they still falling for it today. It's some awful people out here. The most racist people in the world. In the world. And if you really just sit down with them and say, well, listen, can you just answer just a couple of questions for me? Can you do me that solid? Why do you hate the black man? They'll go off in this turn of, well, they're lazy and this and that. But see, that doesn't have anything to do with you hating them. What did they do to you? I can understand you hating somebody that did something to you. Have they jumped on you? Have they beat you up? Have they stopped you from making money? I mean, what did they do to harm you in any sort of way? Nothing. So why you hate them? Because they black. They niggas. I think it's more of jealousy than hate. So instead of saying you hate the black man, or the black man saying that he hates the white man, just call it for what it is. Be truthful and say, I'm jealous of the black man. I'm jealous of the white man. Because that's what it is. That's what it is. I've heard so many rednecks talk about these ball players, these black nigga players making all this money. That's jealousy. You hate them simply because they're making more money than you. Man, what? That's jealousy. They didn't harm you. They didn't do nothing to you. They just stopped you from making money. You stopped you from making money. Most of these rednecks, they dope heads and addicted to drugs and white trash and, man, can barely read and write, illiterate. Drop out of school before they even get to damn high school. They drop out of school at middle school. Start smoking cigarettes at age 6 and 7. Just trashy white devils. But they hate us. They hate us. You know, no, you're jealous. And then in the reverse, you got a lot of black people that's jealous of white people. Well, they got this and they got that, and we've been treated unfairly. Yeah, but still, we still got opportunities now. Yeah, we have to work a little harder, but it's still out there. And we have to be honest about it. A lot of us, we don't take advantage of nothing. Whatever's available out there, they don't take advantage of it. And we know that that's true. We don't have to argue back and forth on that. You got a lot of black people now that's out of work that don't have any desire to work at all. They don't want to work, man. They want somebody to give them something. They go from couch to couch. Family member to family member. Want somebody to feel sorry for them. I'm outside. I ain't got no money. I don't know what I'm going to do. It's something that you can do. Go to work. Take your black ass to work. Work 2 jobs if you have to. You got to start somewhere, man. No, they want somebody to give them something. Walk up to them, just start giving them money. Here's money for a hotel. Here's money for a car. Here's money for a house. And I'll take care of the bills too. That's what they really want, man. The only goal they have is to hit the lottery. The only goal they have is go to the fucking club and set the bar up like they some kind of fucking big shot. Take tax money and play big shot. Get their tax money on Friday and broke on Monday morning. Then they're trying to rob somebody, mad at the world. I ain't got no money. Yeah, because you spent it all at the damn club trying to get some. You know what I was about to say. I'm not going to be vulgar like that, man. Trying to get some girl. You understand? And playing the girl at the same time to make her believe that you really got something when you ain't got a damn thing. Then when she find that out, now you're embarrassed. Now you're ready to kill her. Now you're ready to hurt her simply because she called you out. Simply because she found out the truth. That's your fault, my man. That's your fault. So I said this to say this, man. So, you know, on both sides, man, we have our faults. When we need to be coming together because we outnumber these damn original gangsters, which is the government. And I'm going to tell you something else too, man. And I've said this before, and I'm going to say it again. You got all these black people, whites too. Simply because they monetize and they won't go against Google or YouTube. As if Google never does anything wrong, as if YouTube and their workers and their higher ups never do anything wrong, but they do. It's a lot out there about them. But guess what? You won't find it on YouTube because they are afraid that they will be demonetized. They talk big and tough and pull up anybody and I'll be willing to fight, but you won't fight Google. And you won't fight YouTube. So sit your scary ass down. You ain't gonna do a damn thing. Scary ass motherfuckers. You ain't gonna do shit. You won't even talk against Google. Google is making you do one of the most ridiculous things I ever heard of in my life. You can't say the word death. You can't say the word rape. You can't say the word child abuse. These are regular words that we've been using for years to describe things that's happening out here. Bad things that's happening out here. But yet they will allow you to curse. But you can't say the word death and they going along with it. They'll blur out certain things in the video and, I can't do this. They'll demonetize me. I can't do that. They'll demonetize me. Scary ass motherfuckers. Don't come over here talking about how tough you are. You ain't tough. Scared as hell of Google, man. And you ain't making but about $25 a month. Some a little more, some a whole lot less. You think you're going to climb the ladder? You'll be demonetized before you climb to a certain point. I can guarantee you that. They demonetize 7,000 to 8,000 people a day, and it's going to go up. They're going to kick it in the high gear very soon. I told you. The celebrities are replacing you. You didn't believe me years ago, but you damn sure believe it now. And I'm going to tell you something else. They are contracted. They are contracted. They are guaranteed money. Do you think these celebrities would come to YouTube and never be guaranteed money? Only that damn bullshit AdSense shit? No, they get the contracted money, the guaranteed money, and they get the AdSense money. But they don't do you like that, you damn dummies. They don't do you like that. And you still with him? You're a damn slave. That's what you are.